Hello. Random thoughts as I finish up my event day training. Put some stone runs in the video. I'm sitting on my 250 pound girl. Mental thoughts. Strongman, right? I say right a lot. My little brother's doing guerrilla games today down in Pawtucket, top strength. I can't be there. I gotta get my own training in. I'm going to my nephew's birthday. My brother's skipping my nephew's birthday. But I got my nephew's birthday. I got two nephews' birthdays. So I give my little brother a crash course. He doesn't train strongman. He just started training push-pull legs with some compound lifts, right? He's doing really well. And I met with him the other day, and the axle overhead, probably not going to be there for him. 215 overhead. He's never done that. He's got to clean it from the floor. He got 165 Wednesday, and I said, let's not push it. But what I've been telling him is, hey, don't worry about it. Either warm up and just have some fun in the lane, right? Just have fun. But I said, if you really want to see how you can do in the show, you probably want to skip that event, save your stimulus, and just bring a little extra recovery and power to the max deadlift, which is the second event. And he messaged me this morning, and he wants to send it on the axle. And I tell him, have fun, right? Do your best, but just have fun, meet some new people, see if you like the sport. I guarantee he's gonna love it and want to train it. But somewhere along the way, that gets lost with us, right? Like, I'm going to OSG in a couple weeks. Granted, I'm gonna have fun, but prep sometimes becomes not fun, and the undue pressure we put on ourselves can become not fun. This isn't a cry for help, believe me, but I've been dealing, in the past I dealt with imposter syndrome. I can't claim that anymore. Like Eminem in his second album, he can't claim that he's broke anymore because he's worth millions. So for me, you coming forth at a big show like PSL, you can't claim imposter syndrome, but now here I am going to OSG. I've been training with guys who are stronger than me that are doing the show with me, Doyle and Damon. And I can't help but feel like, obviously I want to beat them, I want to visualize success, but sometimes maybe you're a little outgunned. And I'm not trying to bring a defeatist mentality into the show. I bet your ass I'm going to bring it as best I can. But those guys are also killing it. Very high level strongmen. So like, you deal with this feeling, I'm dealing with this feeling of like, why am I doing the show? Because I want to have that success, and I would like to podium this show. When last year I came in 23rd at OSG, I should just be happy to be there, do my best, see where the chips fall, right? And hopefully make day 3. And from there on, everything's gravy, and just see what you can do. That's what the sport's all about. And try to have fun along the way. Somewhere we lose sight of that. And I'm trying to get that back. It's weird because, like, people do strongman math. I have friends that message me like, oh, so-and-so signed up, or so-and-so's doing this show. I don't think I can beat him. Maybe I'll move up. Maybe I'll skip the show. And I've never done that. Even if I feel like I can't beat somebody, like I'm going against Damon, and Damon's beaten me in 9 out of 10 events. He's destroyed me. And I'm training with him, and we're giving each other tips. And of course I want to beat him, but do I think I can? Probably not, right? This might be my best chance, and we've talked about that. But I've never backed out of a show or thought about switching categories to duck from somebody, right? You want to compete against the best. You don't want a participation trophy. So yeah, you have these things where, like, I'm like, oh man, I see a pathway to top 5, and I could bomb. I could come 15th. Who knows, right? But people tell me to visualize success. I like to visualize failure and success. I've talked about it a little bit here. Visualize the absolute worst. So if I bomb the frame, like I said in my Instagram story today, get right back on the horse, get right back to it on the next event, which is the next day. Try not to carry that. My coach says after day 1, bring a change of clothes, right? Take the stink of the day off, even if it's a good day. Get out of your workout clothes, put some jeans and a hoodie on or some sweatpants, and just relax and clear your mind, right? I think that's what he's getting at. I've never had to do that because even when I don't do well, because I visualize failure, even when I don't do well, I'm okay with the results. I'm okay with it. We finish where we deserve to finish, whether we win or lose. So, that being said, let's get another run in. Maybe I'll talk again. Maybe I'll just cut it there. What are your thoughts? Any thoughts on this, guys? Leave me some comments, and maybe I'll make another video like the first one I did. I really like talking to you guys. It's hard to line up people to talk to, but when you put the comments in, like I said, I'll steal it from like Paul Dwyer. I'll just read your comments and talk more about it, about your thoughts on this. Do you guys still have fun doing strongman, or we do it because we love it? But if we tie our happiness to our results, this is back to the Hendo topic that we have yet to discuss. Is it still really fun? Right? It is. But maybe a little bit of the joy gets sucked out when you worry about your placing too much. But we should worry about placing, you know. Like I said, it's not kids t-ball where we all tie and go to Pizza Hut afterwards, you know. We do this for a reason. We push ourselves to be our best, and whether we compare ourselves to others or not, it's part of the game. Let's get this next run in. 250 stone, five reps. It's like a puzzle. I'm trying purposely to pick it up where it lies. I'm not sure if they're gonna let us adjust the stones before we run at OSG. So you really gotta figure out the puzzle quick and go for it, right? I keep putting my arm over the top because this is a small stone. I don't wanna hug it like this. So I'm putting one arm over the top. Not sure if that's the play. Definitely a couple of those reps looked a little smoother than the others. But we'll try and do this next run a little faster, a little more competition mindset on the next run, right? Skin be damned. So where were we? Yeah, let me know your thoughts, guys. You know, we do this for fun, and I am having fun, but I train in this gym. There's really nobody here. It's a beautiful thing. You know, it's like a private facility. A lot of people train late at night, and I train early afternoon. So the only person I usually see in here is Mary, the owner, who's been fantastic to work with. It's nice to get some of my friends to come down, but you know, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So you guys who prep in your garages and shit, it's the dream. It's the dream I want. I want to build a home garage and just hang out with my dog and listen to the radio and do strongman all night. But it is a little taxing, a little tiring on the mind. Like, you have to set up all the events yourself. You do everything yourself. You do it all yourself, you know. Strongman's not a team sport, but it's nice when there's people around to push you. It's hard to push yourself on a stone run when you're out here by yourself. But like last week, if I see Doyle doing something fast, I wanna go faster, you know. But that's why Instagram's a great thing. You can see each other's posts and kind of push each other from afar. So, yeah. Rambling at this point, but that's okay. That is okay. Another thing, dealing with injuries, right? This is gonna sound like the Dane Train Complain podcast, but everybody's banged up, right? We're all banged up, right? This is the first time I'm going into a show with like a legitimate injury. It actually feels pretty good right now, but my I've been losing sleep over it. Not mentally, like it hurts. I wake up in so much pain. When I go to sleep, the blood flow just stops. We think there's a blood flow issue. I don't know. I'm not getting an MRI. The doctor's just gonna say stop doing strongman, right? No thanks. But it's inhibiting my ability to find a good rack position and lock out my dumbbell, right? Thank God dumbbell's on day 3. But there's another one. I see my homies hitting heavy dumbbells. I'm like, fuck, you know, I'm outgunned, but you know, do the best we can, you know? Do the best we can. Get out of the show hopefully healthy. Go on vacation with the wife. And see what comes up for next year. You know, how do you guys deal with injuries in prep? When do you decide to call out, right? Bang out if you're not going to be your best. I'm going to bring my best. I talked about it in my Instagram story. I am going to be overall at my all-time best at OSG. No ifs, ands, or buts. Unless I get really injured in the next 2 weeks of training. I like to call this mode like push it, but also bubble wrap, right? The last few weeks, most of the hard work is done. We got probably a few more comp runs, some heavy logs, some heavy deads. But have you ever pulled out of a show due to injury? I haven't. I've never pulled out of a show that I signed up for, not once. Once my name hits Iron Podium, I made it to every single show, for better or worse, right? But this is the first one I've been dealing with back pain forever, right? But that's fine, everybody's dealing with that. But this is the first one where an injury is inhibiting my ability to do one or two of the events well, to the best of my ability. But if I can bring my absolute best on 4 of 6 events or 5 of 6 events, why the fuck would you pull out, right? Send it. See what happens. Maybe you surprise yourself. Anything you guys want to talk about, hit me up in the comments. Let's get this running. Woo-hoo.
Come on. Up. Let's go. What do we say about stone sleeves, Nico?